Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Namaste. In this class, we are moving on to the chapter 9 of Natya Shastra, Hasta Abhinayaha. This chapter talks about the gestures of the hand, especially the major limb Hasta and the elements connected with Shaka, the arms and the fingers and the wrist, Manibandha along with the fingers. So this gives you a detailed description of the varieties of the whole arms. Bharata starts this chapter by telling that, as he has already given in the 8th chapter about the definition of Abhinaya, what is Abhinaya, what are the 4 varieties of Abhinaya, and what is Angika Abhinaya, and the varieties of Angika Abhinaya. Anga, Upanga, Pratyanga, Shaka, Nritta, Ankura, and also Shariraja, Mukaja and Cheshtakrita. And then also explaining the whole elements of the Anga starting from head and all the minor limbs which are in the face and also till the ancillary limb, neck. He moves on to Hastas. As we saw, Shira, Hasta, Uraha, Parshva, Kati, Padaha, Shadangani. Netra, Bhru, Nasa, Adara, Kapola, Chibukani, Upangani. Now he moves on to the hand gestures. Totally he gives 67 hand gestures. How are they? Abhinaya Hasta and Nritta Hasta. Under Abhinaya Hasta, Asamyuta Hasta and Samyuta Hasta. What are these? See, we have seen the Abhinaya Hastas as single-handed and combined-handed in the traditional Bharatanatyam form. The same Hastas are here, of course with some additions and deletions. What are they? The shloka says, Patakas tripatakascha tatha vai kartari mukaha ardhachandro hi aralascha shukatundas tataivacha mushtischa shikarakhyascha kapittah katakamukaha suchyasyaha padmakoshascha tatavai sarpashirshakaha mrigashirshaha paro gneyo hastabhinaya yoktribihi kangulo alapadmascha chaturo brahmarastata hamsasyo hamsapakshascha sandamsho mukulastatha urnanabhastamrachuras chaturvimshati riritaha. Asamyuta hastas are single-handed gestures. The sloka goes like this. Patakas tripatakascha tathavai kartari mukaha ardhachandro hi aralascha shukhatundastathaiva cha mushtischa shikharakyascha kapitha katakamukaha सूच्यास्यः पद्मकोशः तथा वै सर्पशीर्षकः मृगशीर्षः परो ज्ञेयो हस्त अभिनय योक्तृभिः काङ्गूलो अलपद्मश्च चतुरो भ्रमरस्तथा हंसास्यो हंसपक्षस्य संदंशो मुकुलस्तथा ऊर्णनाभस्ताम्रचूडस् चतुर्विंशतिरीरिताः. These are chaturvimshati, 24 in number. So just as he starts the chapter, he gives the avali, the list of the asamyuta. Then he gives the list of the samyuta hasta, combined hand gestures. He says, asamyuta samyutascha gadato me nibodhata. So thus he explains, or he clarifies that the earlier one is asamyuta and now it is going to be samyuta. Samyuta hastaha, combined hand gestures. Anjalischa, kapotascha, karkataha, swastikastata, kataka vardhamanascha, hyutsango, nishadastata, dolaha, pushpaputascheva, tata makarayeva cha, gajadanto, avahittascha, vardhamanastathaiva cha. Yete tu samyuta hasta maya proktastrayodasha. Here in another version, publication of the book, it is dolaha pushpaputaschaiva tatha makarayeva cha yete tu samyuta hasta. So here the gajadanta and avahita is missing. So accordingly, in another version it is added. Then he moves on to Dritta Hastas, which are the hands which are used in dance, especially the Nritta Karanas. These are the hands, hastas, which are more with movements. So the hand movements can be seen in this Dritta Hasta. The hands can move along with the elbow, the wrist and the fingers. All these movements, as we see now in the Bharatanatyam, we have these movements as hasta in Adavu. But here, this is called Nritta Hasta and this is used in Karana. So the beginning, Chaturashra, is one of the hasta where the Katakamukas are kept in front of the chest. So many other hastas, swastika, etc., are all used in the Karanas. Now let us see the hastas. There are 30 nritta hastas. Chaturashrau tatha udvrittau tatha talamukau smritau swastikau viprakirnau chapi arala katakamukau avidhavakrau suchyasyau rechita vardharechitau uttana vanchitau vapi pallavau cha tatakarau nitambau chapi vigneyau keshabandau tataiva cha samproktau chaiva latakhyau karihastau tathaiva cha pakshavanchitakau chaiva pakshapradyyotakau tatha nyeyau garuda pakshau cha hamsa pakshau tathaiva cha urdhva mandalinau chaiva parshva mandalinau tatha uro mandalinau chaiva uraha parshva ardha mandalau mushtika swastikau chapi nalini padmakoshakau ala pallava ulbhanau cha lalitau valitau tatha. Thus these 30 nritta hastas are given by Bharata. So as I told you, many of the hastas are in the chest level, some are in the head level, some are above the head level, and even little bit down in the waist level. This chapter starts by enumerating the hastas, then Bharata defines each and every hasta and also gives the vinyogas for abhinaya hastas. So let us see some of the hastas and some of the vinyogas. For pataka, prasarita agraha sahita yasya angulyo bhavantihi kunchitascha tata angushtaha sa pataka iti smritaha. So the definition says the fingers are to be extended close to one another. Prasarita agraha sahita, along with each other, close to each other. Kunchitascha, bend. Angushtaha, angushta should be bent. So this is how the pataka hasta is defined by Bharata. Then he gives a detailed vinyoga for this hasta. He says, Esha praharapate, pratapane, nodane, praharshe, garve, ahammiti, lalatair, garve, and many more. So let us see some of them. Esha praharapate. This is to be used where? For blowing, administration of blows, for slapping. Pratapane, to show the pratapa of a person. Nodane praharshe. So nodane and praharshe. Harsha, during the happiness, showing the happiness. Esha praharapate, to slap. Pratapane, Okay, it can be to show the pratapa or even showing the scorching heat, and for urging, nodane and praharshe in the happiness, showing happiness. Garve ahammiti, in garva, in arrogance, referring oneself, and the hand is to be raised near the lalata. Garve api ahammiti tagnair lalata deshotitaha karyaha. The hand pataka should be taken near the head. You know who am I? Like that, in garva. Esho agni varshadhara nirupane, to show agni, to show varshadhara nirupane. Pushpa vrishti patane, so also showing the falling down of pushpa vrishti, flowers. And then he says you can separate your fingers, virala anguli, or even combine to show both the hands here for the dropping of pushpa vrishti. Like that, this is a very beautiful. Like this, he moves on with the viniyogas such as swastika vichuti karanate. So you can cross the hand and separate the hand. After separating, then you can close the hand, open the hand. All these can be done with this pataka. That is how he gives the viniyogas of pataka, such as to close, to open, protected, covered, protected, covered, dense. And it can show the waves. It can also show the waves, pataka. Then breaking against the shore, the speedy movement of the wind, speedy movement of the wind. The graceful rechaka of the hand, that is, the graceful movement of the hand can show, can depict encouragement. Encouragement. See the grace in the hand. This is the term used here is a rechaka. A great crowd of men. Crowd of men. And of course, all other hills and many more hills. You can show hill. You can show even a tree. You can show the sky. All these can be performed by this pataka hasta, he says. Uprooting the hill, uprooting the tree, and also rubbing the hastas, pataka hastas, in anger. Then he moves to represent Tripataka. Patake, in Pataka, tu yada vakra anamika. Anamika, this finger is called anamika. Tu angulir bhavet, Tripatakaha savigneyaha, karma chasya nibodhata. So he says, in Pataka, vakra anamika. If anamika is bent, then it becomes Tripataka. Then here he lists some of the uses representing invocation, descent, bidding goodbye, prohibition, entrance, raising up, bowing in salutation, or doing namaskara, putting auspicious things on the head, crown, etc. Then the same way he says, Tripataka can be held straight, brought down, or taken up, or widely spread, or two Tripatakas crossed either above the head or on the side, etc. All these can be utilized and performed in various for depicting various elements. Next is Kartari Mukha, a pair of scissors. Tripatake yada haste bhavet prishta avalokini. So it has to turn back. Tarjani madhyamayascha tadasau kartari mukha. This finger is called tarjani, this is madhya. So this has to twist and look back. So he says the forefinger of the Tripataka hand is to bend backwards behind the Madhyama. So this becomes Kartari Mukha. Again, we all know this is for scissors, and this hand pointing downwards can represent showing the way, decorating the feet, crawling of the babies, and it can represent falling down, transgression, reversion. Next he moves on to Ardha Chandra, crescent moon. Yasya angulyastu vinataha saha angushtena chapavat so ardhachandro hi vigneyaha. He says Ardhachandra, crescent moon, the fingers and the thumb are so bent to make a curve like a bow. So the bending is seen here, and also the bend is seen here. See, the bend is seen here, chapavat, like a bow, and also the bend is seen slightly here. The hand is slightly curved. This is Ardha Chandra. Of course, this is to be used to represent trees, crescent moon, kalasha, bracelet, forcible opening, exertion, etc. Next is Arala. Arala literally means bent. So the forefinger curved like a bow. So here he says Adhya Dhanur Natakarya Kunchita Angushtakastatha Shesha Bhinna Urdhva Valita Hi Arala Angulayaha Smritaha. So the meaning goes thus: the forefinger curved like a bow. Again, the forefinger should be still curved like a bow. See the curve here. And the thumb is also curved. And all the remaining fingers are turned upwards. It is not turned out like that. It is facing upwards. See, Adhya Dhanur Natakarya Kunchita Angushtakastatha Sesha Bhinna Valita. Valita means bent. Bent apart from this. It is not along with this. It is apart from this, but still bent. This is called Arala. So it is to be bent. It is not straight as we perform now. Accordingly, it's a slightly bent version. This finger is also bent and the other fingers are also slightly bent. Of course, it is used for showing courage, pride. So it's a little bit of bent. Beauty, then heavenly poise, the act of blessing. Of course, we know this for drinking. So it's a slightly bent hasta. And of course, swastika, the cross, also happens in Ara. It can be used to show circumambulation, or it can be used to show the hands which are coming around. Then moving on to the next hasta, Shukatunda, parrot's beak. Tripataka hastajani, he purvam. He says, from the Tripataka hasta, from Arala. So already we have a bent Arala. He says, from Arala, if you bend the ring finger, it becomes Shukatunda. The sloka goes thus, Aralasya yada vakra anamikatu angulir bhavet. Shukatundastu sakaraha karmasyasya nibodata. So, from Arala, Shukatunda is done. From Arala, the ring finger is bent and you see the Shukatunda, parrot's beak here. You see the parrot's beak here. Because it's already slightly bent. So naturally, it is used to show parrot's beak. So now, starting from Ardhachandra, it is more a bent hasta, slightly bent Ardhachandra, Chapavat. So it's slightly bent like a chapa. Then in Arala, both the first tarjani, pointer and the thumb are bent nicely, but the others are still out, though they are bent slightly. Then this is Arala, and again from Arala, if you bend the ring finger, it becomes Shukatunda, says Bharata. So this is used for, no, not I, doing invocation. Invocation, you do the Achamana or you do the Agni. You pour ghee on Agni, etc. Here, I would like to add, in Abhinava Bharati, Abhinava says, from Pataka, Tripataka is done. So, Shukatunda will not be from Tripataka, he says. He says, from Ardhachandra, Arala is done, and from Arala, you have to do Shukatunda, he says. So, this is very clear that there is a slight bend in this Shukatunda hasta. Next is Mushti. Angulyo yasya hastasya tale madhya agra samstitaha tasam uparicha angushtaha. So, all the fingers are to be placed in the mid of the palm and the thumb on top of that. It is called Mushti, to represent beating, exercise, exit, pressing, etc., grasping the sword, etc. Next is Shikara, literally means a peak. Asyaiva tu yada mushter urdhva angushtaha. In this mushti, you have to take the angushta up. अस्यैव तु यदा मुष्टेर् ऊर्ध्व अंगुष्टः प्रयुज्यते हस्तः स शिखरो नाम तदा ज्ञेयः प्रयोक्तृभिः. So this is shikara, he says. When the hand, the thumb is raised from mushti, it is shikara, representing whip, goad, bow, throwing the javelin, etc. Next is kapitta, literally meaning elephant apple. Kapitta phala. That's why Ganesha likes this. Kapitta phala. Asyaiva, in this. So, see how each and every hasta is moving on to the next hasta. How he started, slowly bent from pataka, tripataka, kartari, then slowly bending all the hastas, arala, shukatunda, then mushti, then now starting to open. Asyaiva shikarakyasya hi angushtaka nipidita yada pradeshini vakra sa kapittastada smritaha. He says the forefinger of the shikara had to be bent and pressed on the thumb. It is called shikara. The uses like kunta, spear, thunderbolt, arrows, discus, javelin, sword, etc. Anything can be used. Anything can be performed through this. Depicting holding of the weapons. Kataka mukha. Ukshipta vakra tu yad anamika sa kaniyasi. Asyaiva tu kapitthasya tada asau kataka mukha. He says the ring finger and the little finger of the kapitta hasta to be raised and bent. Ukshipta vakra. Ukshipta raise and vakra bent. Yada tu yada anamika cha kaniyasi. Both the hands should be raised but not fully raised, slightly bent. From kapitta, this is kataka mukha. See the grace of this hasta. So this is the hasta mentioned by Bharata. It is not this or this, which is now in practice. According to Bharata, this is kataka mukha. So it's slightly bent, not stretched, slightly bent. This is used to represent sacrifice, oblation, umbrella, drawing the reins, fan, holding a mirror, drawing, powdering, etc. Next is Suchi Mukha. So we have done Kataka Mukha now. Katakakye yada haste tarjani samprasarita. So, according to Natya Shastra, Katakakye yada haste tarjani samprasarita hastaha suchi muko nama. So, this is Suchi Mukha. So, in Kataka Mukha, already the fingers are bent, and in this Suchi is the straightening of the Tarjani. So, if you see the Dwarapalakas in the temple sculptures, you see still the beautiful bending of the little finger and the ring finger, and this is Suchi. So, this is used to show moving away, moving up, down, threatening, etc. Many Viniyogas are given here. Let us see some of them. By moving the forefinger upwards, discus can be depicted. Lightning, banner, blossom, earrings, zigzag movements, young serpent, incense, lamps. You can even show a beautiful lamp with this. Creepers and also yawning with the hand here near the mouth. Suchi is used for threatening, shaking. By shaking the hands, there are many more varieties, many more usages, such as representing anger. You shake the hand, representing anger, perspiration, hair, earrings, armlet, decorating the cheeks, and quarrel, to show quarrel, to show bond, togetherness, and also to show the day and night. Who use this hasta? Next is Padma Kosha, lotus bud. Yasya angulyastu viralaha sahangushtena kunchitaha urdhva asangatagrascha sa bhavet Padma Koshakaha. Here, the fingers, including the thumb, are separated and bent. So, they are not close together, they are separated and bent, and they do not meet each other. They are not close to each other, they do not meet each other. So, if you see here, it might look like close together. But if you see like this, it is Padma Kosha. Some do like this also, but let it be more closer. Need not touch, but Padma Kosha. This is the lotus bud. To hold the fruits, it can be used. Sarpashiraha. Angulyaha samhataha sarva saha angushtena yasya cha tatha nimnatalascheva sa tu sarpashiraha kara. What is this? The fingers, including the thumb, are to be close to one another. Now it was separated. Now it is to be brought close, and palm should be hollowed here. So this is Sarpashirsha. So the palm is hollowed and the fingers are brought close together. So it represents serpents. It is used to drink water, offering waters, and many more. From this he says, next is Mrigashirsha, deer head. Adhomukinam sarvasam angulinam samagamaha kanishtangushtaka murdhvau sa bhavet mrigasirshakaha. So the Sarpashirsha hand, all the fingers pointing downwards. So now you change the position of the hasta, but the thumb and the little finger raised up. So already the center is bent, but it is straight. Now it has to be facing down and these two fingers raised up. So naturally it resembles a deer head. Of course, it can be used to show a deer's head here, there, up. All these you can use the fingers, use the hand in all positions accordingly. There are many more Vinyogas not given here which are still in use. But some of the Vinyogas which are given here are not in use now. So see the difference. Sometimes it has been popularly used and we still follow that. But some Hasta Vinyogas are not very popular, very rare. We know only from reading these textual sources. Next is Kangula. Tretagni samstita madhya. Tarjani angushtaka statha. Kangule anamika vakra. Tatha cha urdhva kaniyasi. In Kangula, anamika is bent. Vakra. Urdhva kaniyasi. The little finger is raised up. And what are the other fingers doing? Tretagni samstita madhya. Tarjani angushtaka statha. So, by bringing these three fingers together, it resembles a firewood. Tretagni samstita madhya tarjani angushtaka. The madhya, middle finger, tarjani, pointer, and angushtaka should be brought here. So it should resemble like a fire. And of course, vakra, anamika. Anamika should be bent and kaniyasi should be stretched. So this is called Kangula. And the uses for Kangula to show anger and to show small fruits, gems, etc. Next is Alapallava or Alapadmaka. All the fingers are stretched out in Alapadmaka from this, right? Avartinyaha karatale yasya angulyo bhavantihi parshvagata vikirnascha sa bhaved alapadmakaha. What is alapadma? All the fingers are to be turned towards the palm and standing on the sides. How it has to be widened and separated from one another. So from here, when they are turned towards the palm, opened out, standing on the side and separated fingers, it is called Alapadma, indicating who, why, what, questioning, and of course the lotus flower. Next is Chatura. Tisraha prasaritaha yatra tatha cha urdhva kaniyasi tasam madhyasthita angushtaha sakaras chaturas smritaha. Tisraha prasarita. The three are to be spread. Yatra tatha cha urdhvam kaniyasi. The little finger. After this we are doing the three. He has not given which finger, but we have to understand. Prasarita, stretched. Urdhvam kaniyasi, stretched, and above should be the little finger. Tasam madhyasthita angushtaha. This angushta, this thumb should stay in the madhya, middle of those fingers. And this is called Chatura. So it is applied for depicting discipline, penance, cleverness, and young girl, etc. Next is Brahmara. B. Madhyama Angushta Sandamsho Vakrachaiva Pradeshini Urdhvamanye Prakirne Cha Angulyau Brahmare Kare. The middle finger and the thumb should cross each other. The middle finger and thumb should cross each other. Madhyama Angushta Sandamsho. It can touch or cross. Sandamsho Vakra Chaiva Urdhvamanye Prakirne. So, here accordingly, now we are doing this as Brahmara. This is more in practice. Of course, here also you have the touching of these two fingers, middle and Angushta, Madhyama and Angushta. So naturally, Vakra, the other one is Vakra. You have to take it like this. So when these two are bent, the other one, that is the pointer, will be Vakra. Urdhvamanye, the others are stretched. You cannot stretch this here. This is also possible in some varieties of Brahmara. But these two are bent and the other two are stretched. And the Vakra can denote the bending of this or twisting of this Vakra. Because we are not using like this. You are not twisting like this here. It is not a cross here. Some also do use this as Brahmara Hasta, where they cross. So, Manamohan Ghosh gives the meaning as the middle finger and the thumb crossing each other and the forefinger is bent. The remaining two fingers are separated. So, it is to be known as Brahmara. Of course, plucking flowers indicating a Brahmara, water lily, lotus, blue lotus he says. Next is Hamsasya, swan's beak. Tarjani Madhyama Angushtas Tretagnistha Nirantaraha Bhaveyur Hasavakrasya Sheshe Dve Samprasarite. So here the meaning is Tarjani Madhyama Angushta. All the three, the forefinger, the middle finger and the thumb close together, close to one another, and the remaining fingers are stretched. This is one variety of Hamsasya according to Bharata. Though this is Hamsasya as we perform now, this Katakamukha which we perform is to be known as Hamsasya here according to Bharata. So this is Hamsasya. So this is used to indicate Hamsasya, the beak or the Asya, the neck of the Hamsa. We even do like this. The movement is seen here. And of course, slightly throbbing indicates looseness, lightness, etc. The softness also. Next is Hamsa Paksha, the wings of the swan. Samaha Prasaritas Tisrastatha Chordva Kaniyasi Angushtaha Kunchitascheva Hamsa Paksha iti smritaha. So, Sama Prasarita, the three fingers are stretched the little finger raised and the thumb bent. So the three fingers are stretched, the thumb is bent and the little finger is raised. Samaha prasaritaha. So it can also show the movement in the raised way. It need not be bent like this. It is Hamsa Paksha, the wings of Hamsa. So it can be upturned also. So the Paksha, the wings, moving up and down. So it is also upturned. Used to acceptance of gift, smelling, doing achamana, touching, massaging, etc. Sandamsha. Next is Sandamsha, pincers. Tarjani Angushta Sandamsho hi aralasya yatha bhavet. So here, after doing the arala, he says, Tarjani Angushta Sandamsho hi aralasya yatha bhavet abhugna tala madhyascha sa sandamsha iti smritaha. So in this, the forefinger and the thumb of the arala hands crossed and the palm is little hollowed. So from the arala, Tarjani and Angushta. Tarjani and Angushta are crossed and all the fingers are hollowed. So this is a variety of Sandamsha. So you hollow the hastas and cross so that you hold something. For holding, you have to have that power in the fingers. So it is slightly crossed here. This is used to pluck flowers. So you will, it is not a very Natyadharmi style of movement. It's more a casual cross is seen while plucking the flowers, taking up the grass, the leaves, moving the hair or holding the thread and the like. Next is Mukula, bud. Sama Nata Agraha Samhita Yasya Angulyo Bhavantihi. Sama Natagraha Samhita Yasya Angulyo Bhavantihi Urdhva Hamsa Mukasyeva Bhaven Mukulaha Karaha. Bhaven Mukulakaha Karaha. Mukula. Here the fingers are bent and close to one another and the tips meeting together. So here in Padma Kosha, it is a Viralanguli, slightly opened Angulyaha, and here it is closed together. This is Mukula and used for showing water lily, then offering, throwing flowers, offering flowers to the deity, and also taking meals, counting, etc. Next is Urnanabha, refers to the spider. Padma Koshasya Hastasya Angulyaha Kunchita Yada Urnanabaha Savigneyaha Kesha Chaurya Grahadishu. So, the fingers of Padma Kosha Hasta are further bent. So, it's more bent inside for scratching the head, for depicting holding of the hair, etc. Next is Tamra Chuda. Madhyama Angushta Sandamshau Vakracheva Pradeshini Sheshe Talasthe Kartavye Tamrachude Kare Anguli. In Tamrachuda, the middle finger and the thumb is crossed. The middle finger and the thumb is crossed. Crossed means even this is holding is also cross. And the forefinger is bent and the remaining two fingers of the palm. Seshe talasye kartavye. It has to come to the tala, the palm, and it has to be bent towards the palm. So this is vakra, straight, but the other two are bent towards the palm and these two are to be crossed. This is Tamrachuda, referring cock's head, crest of the cock, used to show quickness, confidence, making signs, etc. Thus, he ends the Asamyuta Hasta, single hand gestures, definition and Vinyogas. Namaste.